What is up guys, Stark here. In today's character spotlight I am taking a look at Chloe von Einzbern, or also known as Kuro. I'll be calling her that throughout the video mostly. But she is a 4-star archer who is also a welfare servant, so you should get her in one of the events. Now the event has ended and we probably won't see her come back until like August of 2019. So that kind of sucks if you didn't get her, but she's a very good servant, so when she does come back, definitely make sure that you pick her up, because as I said, she is a very good servant. So her stats here at level 80 are going to have 10,914 HP and 9,845 attack. This will rank her 79th overall in HP and 47th overall in attack. And then for her max stats, she will have 15,239 HP and 13,920 attack. As for her additional stats, her star absorption is going to be, or her star weight is going to be 148, and her star gain is going to be 8%. Then for her noble phantasm generation, she's going to have 0.38% on her attacks and 3% on her defense. So as I said before, she is a welfare servant, and she is a very good one. She's definitely, well, I say this all the time, but all the event servants are really good, but Kuro is definitely near the top of the event servants in my opinion. And she's got a very strong skill set and a very good noble phantasm, which is definitely capable of being spammed. As for her skills though, her first skill is going to be the Mind's Eye Fake B, which will apply evasion for 1 turn as well as increase her own critical damage for 3 turns. So this is a really nice skill. You get that survivability with her evasion skill for 1 turn, and you're also going to get a boost to your critical damage. This will tie in perfectly with her 3rd skill, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. But the percentage for the crit damage goes up to 36% at level 10 on a 6-turn charge time. So it is a very good skill, and it starts her skill set off with a bang. Her second skill is going to be Projection B, which is going to increase all of her card performance for 1 turn, and this will be a 35% increase to all of her card performance at level 10 on a 5-turn charge time. So again, this is really nice. You're just going to be able to pop the skill and get a huge bonus to your damage and your performance for the cards, and it really doesn't matter what you get in the deck. So ideally you want to use this on a turn where you have like a Brave Chain, so you get the extra attack in just so you can make the maximum use of all your cards. But other than that, this skill doesn't do a whole lot, but it's going to be very helpful in the long run. And now for her 3rd and final skill, which is going to be her main skill, is going to be the Kissing Freak B, which will increase her Noble Phantasm gauge, and it will also increase her critical star generation rate for 3 turns. So this will increase your gauge by 50% right away, and then it will also give you a 100% increase to your star generation at maximum level on a 6-turn charge time. So it's really nice. There will be a bit of a downtime in between, using this skill and waiting for it to come back, but you really can't do anything about that. It does play in perfectly with her 1st skill, which increases the critical damage, so you're going to be able to get the critical stars and the critical damage all at the same time, as well as increasing your Noble Phantasm gauge. There will be a upgrade to this 3rd skill when her event comes back next year sometime, and this will also apply the ability to increase the buff success rate of all of your allies. Now, I don't have a graphic for it because, it's not out for us yet, but when that comes out, this will make this skill just even better than it already is, and it's already a fantastic skill to begin with. So now moving on to her passives. She has 2 passives. The first one is going to be the Magic Resistant C, which will increase her debuff resistance by 15%, and the second one is going to be the Independent Action B, which will increase her critical strength by 8%. As for her ascension, she is an event servant, so she will have her own exclusive item, and you're going to need the heart bracelet for each of her ascensions, and you'll just get those by playing the event. So when the event does come back, make sure you get all of the items to fully ascend her, or else you'll have to wait another year in order to get those items. For her skill enhancements, she's going to need the standard for archers. You're going to need 14 Gems of Archer, 14 Magic Gems of Archer, 14 Secret Gems of Archer, 12 Eternal Gears, 12 Homunculus Babies, 12 Tear Stones of Blood, 8 Heart of the Foreign Gods, 1 Crystallized Lore, and 27,200,000 Quantum Pieces. As far as upgrading her skills, I would definitely say upgrading Kissing Freak would be your absolute priority. After that, Mind's Eye would be a good option, and then Projection B would come in last. In my opinion, you can upgrade the skills in any order you want, but that's just the order that I would be upgrading the skills when I do decide to go ahead and max out her skills. Moving on to her command card deck, she has a balanced deck with 2 Quick, 2 Arts, and 1 Buster, and they all have really good hit counts. 3 on the quick, 6 on the arts, which is fantastic, 2 on the buster, and 4 on her extra attack. So she is primarily used in arts and quick decks, more heavily focused on the arts because of her Noble Phantasm, which is also an arts card that will apply short hit for 1 turn as well as deal damage to a single enemy, and it will also reduce their critical attack chance by 20 to 60% for 3 turns, and that is the overcharge effect. So this does 6 hits, and you can also do it in an arts chain, and it is entirely possible for you to use her Noble Phantasm on an arts chain or like a brave arts chain with her and get your Noble Phantasm ready for the next turn. So you're going to be doing a lot of Noble Phantasm spam with Kuro, and you can go ahead and combo her with another good Noble Phantasm spammer, and that is going to be the Archer version of Artoria, or the Summer Artoria. Now they're both archers, so maybe you necessarily don't want to always do this, but if you're going against like a favorable matchup, you can throw them both on the same team and just spam your Noble Phantasms into the ground. You could also pair her with Tamamo no Mai. You know, anytime you're dealing with arts characters, you want to throw her onto the team. She's just absolutely amazing for any type of arts build, and she'll definitely help Kuro out a long way in the fight. As for the craft essences you can use on this character, first up is going to be her maximum bond craft essence, which is going to be the shared pain craft essence. So while equipped, this will increase your critical strength of all of your allies by 30%, but it will also decrease their HP by 200 every turn. So ideally you'd want to use this on a team built around doing crit damage. I don't know if you necessarily want to do that with Kuro, but it's there if you do want to go ahead and explore that route. Some other good craft essences are going to be another ending, which will increase her arts card effectiveness by 10% and will also increase her critical strength by 20%. So this kind of takes the best of what Kuro could do and throw it onto one craft essence. So it's definitely going to be one of the biggest options to use in my opinion. Next up we have the Kalide Sapphire. This will increase her arts card effectiveness by 10%, and it will also increase her Noble Phantasm damage by 8%. So obviously if you're going to forego the critical damage aspect of Kuro, you're going to be focusing more on her Noble Phantasm spam. You could opt for using this craft essence instead. And then finally you have the Formal Craft, which will just be the straight boost to arts card effectiveness by 25%. Honestly, none of them are bad options. It just depends on what kind of team setup and team composition you're going to be using with Kuro. So as for her star rankings, she's going to get 3.9 stars in stats. She doesn't have the best stats out there. She is a 4-star servant though, so you know she's going to lose a little bit there. But even then, her HP is pretty low for a 4-star servant. She does kind of make up for it with a little bit of a higher attack and, you know, being able to spam her Noble Phantasm and stuff like that. But, you know, overall, she just doesn't have the best stats out there. She does make up for it with her skills, though, and she will get 4.5 stars in her skills. When that upgrade to her skill comes out, I might actually push this up to 5 stars, because that 3rd skill will just be absolutely amazing. But for now, it doesn't have that, so I can't really base it off of that. Still a fantastic set of skills. She complements herself very well. And yeah, she gets the 4.5 stars. As for her Noble Phantasm, she's also going to get 4.5 stars. Being a welfare servant, she can easily get up to Noble Phantasm level 5 to increase the damage, and it is a easily spammable Noble Phantasm that does quite a bit of damage, and you know the spam factor is definitely included into her ranking overall. So yeah, it's a very good, very powerful Noble Phantasm. As for her survivability, she's going to get 4 stars. As I've said previously, she has a pretty low amount of HP for a 4-star servant, but she does have the first skill to apply, you know, a full turn of evasion, so you do get a lot of survivability out of that, and you know, sometimes that 1 turn of evasion can go a long way. She will also get 4 stars in versatility. You can throw her onto any crit team or any art team, and she's going to carry her weight very well. She does lose a little bit in Buster. You probably don't want to throw her onto pure Buster teams just because she lacks the amount of Buster cards. You can't make chains with it. But even then, you know, you could possibly throw her on there for like crit generation, and you know, she does have the 2nd skill to increase the Buster card effectiveness of her card. It's definitely not an amazing option, but it's definitely not one you couldn't make work if you really tried. So that'll give her overall ranking a 4.2 out of 5. She's a very good servant, and especially since she's free, she definitely is one of the better servants to get as far as archers go. Especially if you're a free-to-play player, definitely get this character, definitely max her out, and you know, waste no expense using this character and maxing her out to her fullest capabilities. So that's gonna wrap up this video, guys. If you did enjoy it, please like and subscribe. You know, it really does help and go a long way. Feel free to comment in the comment sections. Maybe I missed a servant, maybe I missed a craft essence. You know, I'm always open for your guys' opinions on what to improve on, what to change. And, you know, I have links to my Twitter, Twitch, Discord, Patreon, all that stuff in the description below. And I will leave you guys with Kuro's Noble Phantasm, and I will see you guys next time.